guys, and welcome back to my channel. This weekend we went on a little road trip through North Carolina and parts of Tennessee. Anyways, I thought I would bring you along so you can see some things that we got to do. So this is the Nantahala River, and lots of people come here to go rafting or tubing or kayaking, but it's a great place to do any of those activities. And now we are entering the Great Smoky Mountain National Park in North Carolina, and these are some elk that are always at the park entry. They've always been there anytime we've come. It's free, you don't have to pay to see this. There's also a little guided tour that you can go on there. But anyways, the elk were so cute, and my kids love seeing them every time we go. So this is why it's called the Great Smoky Mountain National Park, is because the mountains actually look smoky, and you can see that here. I felt so lucky because when I got to the very top of the mountain, the sun was setting, so we got to stop and get this beautiful view, but the camera does not do this justice because it was so much more beautiful in person. So now we are going through downtown Gatlinburg, and I'm sorry about the glare, I don't have a nighttime lens for my camera yet. But anyways, I just wanted to give you an overview of what it looks like. There's so much to do. Again, there's restaurants, shopping, candy shops, there's over Gatlinburg, there's a new skywalk. Anyways, there's so much to do, indoors, outdoors, it doesn't matter. I would suggest going here if you ever get the chance. This is Pigeon Forge now, and this is the island and the Margarita Island Hotel. I do recommend you go to the island. I did not get to go while we were there this time, but we've been there before. It's free, it doesn't cost anything to go, but there's all kinds of things to do as far as shops and restaurants and things for the kids to do there, so I highly recommend that. And then we stopped at this little amusement park across from the hotel. They have little rides for the younger kids, so my youngest daughter Kate wanted to go ride a few rides. So this is the next day, and we went to Roaring Fork Motor Trail, and it's just a place where you can either drive through, and there's also places you can stop and walk or hike, and you go through and see like this little town from a long time ago. But anyways, this is the Ogle family's cabin, and you can walk in and see what the houses were like then, and I just think it's neat that the kids can actually see what it was like to live back then. And there were just butterflies everywhere. I thought it was so beautiful. And I did want to mention that these houses were built in the late 1800s to the early 1900s, and it's amazing that they're still around today. This is just a barn where they would keep some of the animals and the food stored. walk behind the cabin and you can come to this beautiful spring with all these beautiful big rocks. Anyways, the water was just flowing and it was so beautiful, and again there were butterflies everywhere, but this only took about 10 minutes to get there, so it's well worth the walk if you're ever there. Got to see this guy hanging out, having some lunch. We did stay away from him, we didn't get near him, and he didn't seem to be bothered by us. So this actual cabin was the only one that was painted, and it was also the biggest one. But anyways, the brochure said that the family ordered all of the paint colors available from the Sears and Roebuck catalog at that time, and they painted it. But this one was built fairly nice compared to the other two. So this is the next day, and we are driving to Cades Cove. It's another park that you can drive through with lots of hiking and walking trails, and again some more old cabins. But anyways, this is the drive there, and there are plenty of places that you can pull over to see the water. There are people fishing and swimming and rafting and kayaking again, but it's just a beautiful drive. I will say that it is kind of a long drive. It's about 45 minutes from Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg, so you might want to consider that before you go. And as soon as we entered the park, there were some turkey hanging out nearby. And I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but this is free again, so it doesn't cost anything to get in. And there was a bear. And in just a minute you can see the baby bear that are in the tree as we were passing by, and we did not disturb them. And it looks like I'm really close to the babies, but I'm actually not. I was just using a high-powered lens so I could capture it a little better. Babies are actually in this tree. In just a second I get a pretty close shot of at least one of the babies. I did want to say, as you're leaving the park, there's a place where you can stop, and there are covered pavilions and picnic tables, and again another stream that the kids can play in, and again it doesn't cost anything. So by now the kids were getting a little stir crazy. We had to get out of the car for a little while, so we headed over to the track in Pigeon Forge, and they have go-karts and bumper boats and arcade, bungee, and mini golf. Anyways, there are lots of places like this along through Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. This is not the only one. Like I said, there are tons of them to choose from. And we ended the night at the Smokies baseball field. It's a AA baseball team. Anyways, it's in Sevierville, which is not far from Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg, and it's very inexpensive. I think it's like $9 per person to get in the game, and there was a fireworks show at the end. So that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I would recommend going to Pigeon Forge in the Gatlinburg area if you live near or if you live far. It's very inexpensive. There's lots to do. There's stuff for older people, younger people, indoors, outdoors, it doesn't matter. Anyways, thank you for watching. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. And if you are already a subscriber, thank you for watching. And please like this video. And if you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. I will be posting more videos. I try to do 2 to 3 per week.